Good Monday evening. Happy President's Day and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to tonight's top stories, let's head outside. Take a look outside our beautiful weather window today. You wouldn't know it by all the clouds out there today, but boy, nice mild temperatures. But notice Leavenworth, some flakes early this afternoon and some new fresh snow had fallen in Leavenworth overnight and this morning. Things did warm up this afternoon a bit that way, but boy, we saw warm temperatures all over north central Washington today. But the first of two cold fronts will move through tonight, and that'll really kick up our winds 30 to 35 miles an hour here in the Wenatchee area. And for you folks in Moses Lake, even stronger than that, 40 to 45 miles an hour. And that could cause some blowing snow, especially for areas that picked up that new stuff. And for the rest of our week, yeah, a little unsettled. For Tuesday, we could see a rain mixed with snow scenario for Tuesday, 30 to 50 miles an hour for the wind in the morning tomorrow. That will die down. And then we are going to get very cold right from Wednesday through Friday, and we'll let you know how cold coming up in your complete north central Washington weather forecast, and that's coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. A Chelan teenager is newly charged in the burning of a barn that injured two sheriff's deputies. And Chelan County prosecutors have agreed to drop one felony and two misdemeanor charges against a messianic rabbi accused of domestic violence. But first, our top story tonight, a 4,000 square foot riverside home north of Orondo was still smoldering today after a controlled burn was whipped up by high winds on Sunday. Douglas County Fire District 4 Chief Jim Odie says the three-story house is likely to be a total loss. Odie told NCWLIFE News yesterday's winds blew the controlled burn up from the bank of the Columbia River to a row of arborvitae, which quickly ignited and spread to the structure. Firefighters were summoned about 4:30 p.m. and the fire quickly went to 3 alarms with 8 different local agencies responding. It took about 12 minutes for the fire to reach that structure. No one was home at the time and no injuries were reported. A Chelan teenager is newly charged in the burning of a barn that injured 2 sheriff's deputies. Connor Leo Strange was initially charged shortly after the July arson, in which he allegedly fled from police while driving a stolen car and set the fire in order to escape. Strange was 17 at the time. Prosecutors filed new charges of arson and assault after his 18th birthday earlier this month. He remains held in the Chelan County Jail and is expected to enter a plea agreement on February 27th. Chelan County prosecutors have agreed to drop one felony and 2 misdemeanor charges against a messianic rabbi accused of domestic violence. Isaac David Heckman is the 49-year-old leader of the Assembly of Called Out Believers. That's a Wenatchee church that combines elements of Christianity and Judaism. He's been awaiting trial since 2021 on charges of domestic abuse, and then last year prosecutors added additional counts of witness tampering, cyber stalking, and violating a protective order. On Thursday, however, attorneys agreed to drop those 3 charges, saying there wasn't evidence to support them. Heckman still faces trial in March on 3 counts of assault allegedly committed against his former partner and 1 count of disclosing intimate images. Well, when we come back, 12th District State Senator Brad Hawkins says he'll introduce an amendment that would allow Washington school districts to opt out of classroom instruction that deals with LGBTQ issues in history. Senator Maria Cantwell has joined other U.S. senators to reintroduce a bipartisan bill to establish a program to reduce the amount of space junk in orbit. A Quincy High School junior has represented the Quincy FFA at the 2023 Society for Range Management. That's the annual meeting in Boise, Idaho. And a forest critter that makes its home in north central Washington may soon be reclassified as an endangered species. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
At Prestige Senior Living, we celebrate life at every age. From our cognitive and fall reduction programs to our focus on life enrichment and wellness, we help our residents maintain independence while nurturing mind, body, and spirit. Residents also enjoy a wide variety of amenities and services, including restaurant quality dining, housekeeping, a full calendar of events, and so much more. To learn more or to schedule a tour, visit us at prestigecare.com or call the number on your screen. We can't wait to show you around.
Introducing Alpine Airman. Because every home needs a superhero to eliminate poor indoor air quality, send inefficient operating equipment packing, and cut high energy bills down to size. For heating or cooling and equipment replacement, turn to the experts and the superheroes at Carrier and Alpine Air. We offer the best deals on high-efficiency Carrier products, along with friendly, knowledgeable service and incredible savings to fit your budget.
Welcome back. In another news, 12th District State Senator Brad Hawkins says he'll introduce an amendment that would allow Washington school districts to opt out of classroom instruction that deals with LGBTQ issues and history. Senate Bill 5462 would require inclusive learning standards in public schools as well as charter schools that address the histories, contributions, and perspectives of LGBTQ people. The bill passed from the Senate Education Committee 2 weeks ago, with Hawkins voting against it.
School boards around the state are elected locally to determine what is in the best interest of their communities. So it's both disrespectful and it's frustrating when Olympia lawmakers continue to mandate curriculum for everybody. Our whole school governance system has historically been based on a local control model, and now it seems like the Washington State Legislature wants to become the Washington State School Board.
Senator Maria Cantwell, chair of the Senate Committee on Commerce, Science, and Transportation, joined other U.S. senators to reintroduce a bipartisan bill to establish a program to reduce the amount of space junk in orbit. The program will focus on research, development, and demonstrations of technologies capable of safely removing orbital debris. In March of 2021, re-entry from a piece of rocket occurred in Washington state. A SpaceX rocket component broke up over the Northwest, and a composite overwrapped pressure vessel was recovered from a private property in Grant County. Cantwell's office says there are approximately 8,000 metric tons of debris currently in orbit. In other news, a Quincy High School junior represented the Quincy FFA at the 2023 Society for Range Management's annual meeting in Boise, Idaho. Levi Kooks was selected to present the SRM High School Youth Forum after submitting an abstract of a research paper in December of 2022. Kooks researched the fire recovery and restoration efforts after the 2020 Cold Springs and Pearl Hill fires, with a specific focus on the near-term shrub steppe restoration process. For his research, he conducted interviews with government agencies like the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife and cattle ranchers who were affected by those fires. Kooks is planning to attend the University of Idaho after high school and to pursue a career in range management. Well, a forest critter that makes its home in north central Washington may soon be reclassified as an endangered species. The western gray squirrel is currently listed as threatened by the State Department of Fish and Wildlife. The agency is now asking for public comment on a recommendation to reclassify that animal. The squirrel's Washington population is found in 3 zones that are isolated from each other, including conifer forests in Chelan and Okanogan County. The endangered designation must be determined by the State Fish and Wildlife Commission. That body is expected to review public input and make a possible decision this summer. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
Boating in the Wenatchee Valley starts at Bob File Boats and Motors. Now you can fish like a pro without breaking the bank thanks to the ProMag aluminum fishing boat by Smokercraft. It features a great layout with a spacious bow casting platform, huge live wells, and in-floor storage to safely stow your gear. See the Smokercraft line of boats at Bob File Boats and Motors on Sunset Highway in East Wenatchee or online at bobfile.com.
Bob File Boats and Motors, we're dealing. Bob File's gonna make you smile.
Working with August Edge Real Estate, both sellers and buyers feel confident knowing they are in the hands of award-winning professionals. August Edge offers a 2% listing commission, which includes above-standard service and technology.
We offer high-tech 3D imagery, drone photos, local North Central Washington TV ads, and impressive smart flyer installed at your listing. The August Edge website also hosts your home with an interactive featured listing page.
August Edge is professional, personable, and preferable.
Spring is more than just a time to clean. It's your time to renew, recharge, and spend time with the people you love. At Merry Maids, our cleaning services go beyond the basic services and provide you with a comprehensive clean that will re-energize your home and enhance your life. From everyday routine cleaning or deep cleanings, Merry Maids professional team members can provide you with an unrivaled experience. Call Merry Maids to schedule your cleaning today.
I'm Jenny Rojanowski, host of Network TV, and I'm looking for you, our next guest, to come on air live at the NCWLIFE studios. We would love to feature your business, organization, or nonprofit and share about the work or innovation happening inside of your organization. It's super easy to come on air. You just need to send us an email. info@ncwtech.org. That's info@ncwtech.org.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. The Douglas County PUD's new hydrogen production facility isn't even online yet, but it's about to double in power. Commissioners for the Public Utility District last week voted to acquire another hydrolysis unit for the Baker Flats facility, which will separate hydrogen from water for use as clean industrial fuel. NCWLIFE's Jefferson Robbins sat down with PUD Commissioner Chair Ron Skagen and General Manager Gary Ivory to talk about that decision.
We have a 5 megawatt electrolyzer that's being installed out there currently, and we decided to expand that to another 5 megawatts, so a total of 10 megawatts of hydrogen production will be available out there at Baker Flats.
Was this decision made, Gary and Ron, based on market evaluations? I mean, are you seeing demand for what this facility is going to be producing in the near future?
Yeah, we are seeing a lot of demand for compressed hydrogen gas in the Northwest region. So partly driven by demand. Another piece of that puzzle is the production tax credits that have become available for public utility districts. So as we produce hydrogen, the federal government is actually going to give us a production tax credit on the hydrogen that we produce, which will help us pay that facility off even quicker.
Ron, from the point of view of commissioners, when the board was discussing this, why did this decision make sense? Why pull the trigger on this phase 2?
Well, phase 1 dictated, we knew we'd want to be bigger than just phase 1. So the benefits of hydrogen and balancing the load against the dam is a big part of it. So we can run the dam more consistently with it not turning the generators off and on. So this provides a battery capacity for the dam. So I think our long-term vision was to make the dam more efficient, contribute to the desire to decarbonize the transportation sector of society. So these electrolysis creates hydrogen, fuel cell for vehicles and planes and all sorts of other good things. So we want to be part of that, and we think the community supports that. So, and there's a lot of disruptions in the electric market because of a lot of intermittent resources like wind and solar. This allows us to kind of take advantage of that and not have it turn the dam on and off so much.
Refresh my memory on the facility. What volume of hydrogen do you expect to be able to produce when everything?
So about 2 tons a day with 5 megawatts. So now we'll be producing 4 tons a day.
And again, you say that demand is there for this amount of production. Do you have clients already on the hook, people who are signing, memorandums of understanding, for instance, to buy your product?
Yeah, we do. We have over 14 letters of interest that have been signed by different parties that would like to take almost all of the production that we have. So, yeah.
Time now to take a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Boy, I hope your weekend was a good one. 50 degrees on Saturday, 55 degrees yesterday. Boy, did that make that snow disappear all over town, that's for sure. We did see some windy conditions yesterday, and we are seeing windy conditions today too. It came up this afternoon, but beautiful shot of the Wenatchee Valley from our cross camera up on Wenatchee Heights, and you can see just a little bit of snow on our peaks around the valley. But boy, the lowlands, we are clear of snow. But will we stay that way? We do have snow in our forecast as we make our way through the upcoming week. Today and tonight, we could see snow, and that could be heavy at times over Stevens. And if you're traveling east over Lookout Pass, you might run into some snow there. Also, some blizzard-like conditions in the Palouse if you're traveling that way. Waterville Plateau included in that. So we could see kind of a messy day tomorrow into Wednesday morning. And then when Wednesday hits, we are talking very cold temperatures and even some dangerous wind chills as we make our way through Wednesday into the end of the week. And we'll get to all that in a second. But first today, unofficially, how about that? Third day in a row over 50. 53 our unofficial high temperature today. 44 is where we should be for this time of year. 62, that was our record high set back in 1961. 39, beautiful start to our day this morning. 28 is our normal low. Our record low, 4 degrees, and that was set in 1986. Sunrise this morning, 6:58, and sunset now after 5:30 at 5:32. We are exactly, by the way, 20 days away from daylight savings time. So we're going to see a lot more light coming up over the next 3 weeks or so. For tomorrow, let's check those temperatures. They will cool down just a bit as that first of 2 cold fronts moves through. 47 for Moses Lake, 46 in Ephrata, 45 for Quincy. We'll cool down to about 43 tomorrow. So we're all looking at about a 10-degree cool down tomorrow. 41 in Leavenworth and 41 as well tomorrow over in Lake Chelan. Taking a look at what we can expect tonight, cloudy skies. Here's that area of low pressure, and all of this is wind. And look at the big wind shield moving into the Pacific Northwest. We could see some rain, about a 40% chance of it tonight with lows in the low 30s. For Tuesday, that low just stays right over Washington State. We'll see breezy conditions tomorrow once again, about a 30% chance of rain mixed with snow. Travel in the Cascades will be treacherous, so keep that in mind for Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, here comes that cold air. Morning snow not out of the question. Mostly cloudy during the day. Highs only in the mid-20s for Wednesday. So yeah, we're going to cool down about 30 degrees over the next couple of days. For Thursday, that cold air, it really sets in over the continental United States. We'll see unseasonably cold temperatures. Highs only about 20 degrees for Thursday. For Friday, Saturday, sunny. Our area of low pressure begins to slide to the south, and our cold air slowly begins to move east, but we're still going to see a chilly one. Highs on Friday with sunshine, only in the mid-20s, and then kicking off the weekend, things look much better. A ridge of high pressure up and over us. Look at all of the clear skies for Saturday. We're going to warm up to start the weekend into those mid-30s, and then by Sunday, ending our weekend, even warmer. We will see a few more clouds as our next round of storminess begins to move in. Maybe some showers in the Cascades, but we will see highs on Sunday right near 40 degrees. Let's take a look now at your 7-day forecast, and it's brought to you by Apple Valley Honda. Tonight, we will see another mild night of low temperatures, 33 for us as we kick off our Tuesday. And then wind tonight, breezy conditions will stick around for Tuesday. A rain-snow mix not out of the question tomorrow, and 43 degrees. And then that big cool down for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Could see a morning snow shower on Wednesday, and then just partly cloudy to sunny skies to end our week, but not very warm. 20 for our high on Thursday. Only 7 degrees for our overnight low as we get you into Friday, and then 26 for our high Friday before we warm up this weekend. Sunshine Saturday and 35 degrees with mostly cloudy skies Sunday and a high then of 39. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Dan Kuntz and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
The agents of Kennedy Real Estate Group are committed to providing the ideal client experience. We believe in the power of relationships. Why? Because we don't just work here, we live here. From the nonprofits we serve, the parks where we play, and the local businesses we support, our team understands the value of living in the Wenatchee Valley. Let's begin your real estate story.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and Local Public House in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and Local Public House, located in the heart of Chelan.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
Happy Monday, happy President's Day, sports fans. For the winter prep season, it's just down to 2 sports. Boys and girls basketball, that's it. They wrapped up wrestling and swimming over the weekend. MAC Classic 34 at the Tacoma Dome in Tacoma, which is probably a good idea because that's where the Tacoma Dome is. Look on your screen, those are all the individual state champions from our area. We had 10 of them, led by Wenatchee's Evan Burdan, who won it all at 195 pounds last year. Evan Burdan wrestled at 220 pounds and almost won the state championship. He went down 25 pounds and won it all on Saturday night. You'll see a lot of names from Tonasket High School. Tonasket winning their 5th 1B, 2B state champions. Tonasket having 4 individual state champions in addition to the team state championship. Okanagan, they had 3 individual state champions, as you see there. And congratulations to the Moses Lake girls wrestling team winning their first ever state championship over the weekend. Good job with the local grapplers. Also, boys swim and dive, they wrapped up at the King County Aquatic Center in Federal Way for the Wenatchee boys swim and dive team. They finished 9th in the final team standings. In the 200 medley relay, Wenatchee finished 8th. In the 50-yard freestyle, Austin Elwin of the Wenatchee Panthers finished 3rd. Benjamin Madsen finished 8th. In the 100-yard butterfly, Austin Elwin finishing 6th. In the 100-yard freestyle, Aiden Grigsby finished 6th. In the 100-yard backstroke, Wenatchee's Benjamin Madsen finished 2nd, and Aiden Grigsby finished 6th. And in the 400 free relay, Wenatchee finishes 5th. Again, the Wenatchee Panther boys swimming team finished 9th in the state championship. Eastmont Wildcats came that close to making it to the 4A state championship. Big victory on Friday night. It was win or go home, and they crushed Sunnyside at home. The final was 68-48, but then on Saturday, Eastmont coming all the way back from 15 points down to tie West Valley, but West Valley scores a lay-in with 5 seconds remaining. The Rams knock off the Wildcats 72-70. So representing the Big Nine in the state championships in 4A boys will be the Davis Pirates and the West Valley Rams. All right, we know who's going to play who and when they're going to play. We'll start out with the girls' state tournament. Now, if you're seeded 1 through 8, you're automatically going to make it to the state. So Kashmir will take on Linden Christian in a seeding game. That game will be Saturday at 4 o'clock at Mount Vernon. Number 2, Okanagan will take on number 7, Rainier, Saturday at 2 o'clock at Wenatchee High School. Again, both those teams have already punched their ticket to state. Doesn't matter if you win or lose. Number 8, Waterville-Mansfield will play a seeding game against Nia Bay. That will be Saturday at 4 o'clock at the Tacoma Community College. And number 1, undefeated Ellensburg in the 2A ranks will play a seeding game against Sequim Friday at 8 o'clock in their home gymnasium. That's the ladies. As far as the boys are concerned, again, a lot of teams are making it to at least the regional round of state. There is your schedule. Number 9, Omak will take on number 16, Lakeside out of 9 Mile Falls. This is win or go home for Omak. That'll be Saturday at noon at the Wenatchee High School Gymnasium. Number 3, Lake Roosevelt and number 6, Napavine boys will play a seeding game Friday at 4 o'clock again at Wenatchee High School. And number 5, Brewster and number 4, Columbia out of Burbank will play a seeding game Friday at 8 o'clock at Richland High School. The Wenatchee Wild had a very good weekend. Cranbrook, we're chasing them in the interior division, and we beat them both times on Friday, including a very exciting shootout on Friday night. Cade Littler scoring the only goal in the shootout. You don't see that very often. The final, Wenatchee Wild 3, Cranbrook 2. Wenatchee never led that game, either in regulation or in overtime. And then on Saturday, it was a little bit easier. Goals from Mika Berger, Jason Stefanik, Cade Littler, and Luke Wheatland was the difference as the Wenatchee Wild defeat Cranbrook 4-2. The Wenatchee Wild have won 7 of their last 8 games. They're on the road now. This weekend, they'll be at Penticton on Friday and at Merritt on Saturday. The Wenatchee Wild will return home March 4th against Chilliwack. Speaking of hockey, right now the Seattle Kraken are taking on the San Jose Sharks as we speak. We will have highlights for that tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley and on the Tuesday evening news. And those are just some of the games that people are playing on this President's Day. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Dan. And we have some weather moving our way, and I do want to remind you of that before I let you go tonight. I hope you had a chance to enjoy these last few days because it's going to change beginning tonight. Gusty winds are expected tonight, which could make for some tricky travel around our area, and that will usher in much cooler temperatures. Notice the map. Wenatchee, 30 to 35 mile an hour winds possible tonight. Moses Lake, 40 to 45 miles an hour. And then we are getting cold, folks, Wednesday, Thursday, and again on Friday. And we will talk much more about that when you join us again tomorrow. So now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thanks, Grant. I hope everybody had a President's Day off. We're right back at it again tomorrow for a abbreviated work week. Get your Tuesday going with Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I'll have your latest news. I'll have your latest sports, including highlights of today's Seattle Kraken San Jose Sharks hockey matchup and everything else that made sports. And we'll have that, as Grant has already told you, that very active weather forecast. What's going to change from Mother Nature's perspective? We'll let you know tomorrow morning as well with your latest weather. Everything you need to start your Tuesday is right here in one tidy little package. We like to call it Wake Up Wenatchee Valley because you have to call it something. And we'll be here live and local tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Dan. And that'll do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us and have a great night.
I want to invite you to watch Network TV. I interview different guests in technology, entrepreneurship, business, education, and nonprofit. It's a bit of a variety show, and you never know who you're going to meet or learn about on Network TV. Tune in weekly to the NCWLIFE channel.